Morning, friends. This morning video is meant for everybody, and the quote is: True leadership is measured by how much a person lifts, grows, and unlocks the potential in others, rather than the authority or control they hold over them. I repeat, true leadership lies in how much a person lifts, grows, and unlocks the potential in others rather than the authority to control they hold over them. Friends, there is no denying the fact that true leadership doesn't lie in exercising the authority. It lies in the ability to empower others. Leaders become great not because of their power, but because of their ability to empower others. There are innumerable examples of the leaders and scientists who have empowered mankind with beautiful inventions and discoveries. Today, the world is the fastest world in the world. It has global, economy. The world is basking in the sunshine of progress and prosperity only because of the sacrifice of the true leaders who have not utilized their power in just becoming authoritative. Rather, they have applied their ability to empower the people. This quote is given by John C. Maxwell, which really means that true leadership is measured by how much a person lifts, grows, and unlocks the potential in others. An educator is a true leader in the sense that if he has or she has the ability to unlock the potential of the children, the learners, and make them, progressive. Why power falls short? Forces collapse. Using a little power only makes people obey out of fear or duty, not genuine commitment. If you make your people frightened with you or create fear in them, they may work only under the fear, but they will not have genuine commitment. If you really want that your learners should have genuine commitment to learning, then you have to make them, you have to empower them, you have to be friendly with them, you have to be empathetic with them, you have to be considerate with them. Limits growth. When a leader keeps all control over his team, there is a limited progress. And then what happens, that the team becomes dependent and never learns to solve problems of their own. So if you keep the children always under strict control, they will not have freedom to exercise their own self, and they will not find their own way to solve problem. So the problem solving ability will come only when you lift out the control from them, give them the freedom, and allow them and empower them to think independently and think critically. Temporary impact. There is a temporary impact of the authority. If you create authority, there is a temporary impact upon your people. The position, as soon as you lose the position, there is a chaos. So if you really want to avoid chaos in life, you have to be very empathetic and you have to empower others. Why empowering others creates greatness? It builds confidence. Giving people trust and responsibility helps them discover their own strength and skill. Then there is a multiple success. Instead of just doing the work themselves, empowering leaders to create new leaders among themselves who can achieve even more. If there are 40 staffs in a corporate sector, and if you made 5 teams or 4 teams or 5 teams, and if you have given each team the independence and the freedom to decide what to do, plan their own strategy and how to increase the productivity, they themselves will work together in a team, and their leadership will really be empowered to take decisions. So instead of just doing the work themselves, empower the leaders to create new leaders among them. If a class is of 40 students, create as many leaders in the class as you can, and those leaders will act to make learning possible. You need not empower and make, you need not, I mean, show the authority that I am the only, whatever I will say will be totally abided by. No, let the leaders have freedom. Among the learners there are leaders, let them have the freedom to decide what is to be done and how to be collaborative, how to be creative, and how to be independent. Then when this is a multiple success, they will achieve success. Every one of the team members will have the confidence to go ahead in their research, in their innovation. Creates a loyalty. People work harder and stay together when they feel valued. You must acknowledge each and every child. If you are acknowledging each and every child in the team or in the class, the child will have confidence. The child will develop supportive feelings. He will think that yes, I am also important in the class. So some of the educationists neglect some of the students. They never ask them any question. They say that, well, that child is bored and he is not having any skill. That is the biggest thing. Involve every child in the activity of learning and allow him to have his independent feelings and thought regarding any problem. He will be supportive, and then he will be capable of growing himself and making the whole team grow. So ways to empower the people? Empowering takes a lot of skill. How can you empower the people of your choice? Empowering takes a lot of techniques. Like the first technique is that allow the children, allow the learners to build confidence themselves, and try to have real world examples before them. Don't give them artificial example or examples which are fictitious. Make them capable of developing their own way to solve a problem, and then allow them to think critically, and also allow them to go for wider thinking. Wider thinking in what sense? What could be the wider thinking? Wider thinking may take certain steps. Making people think wider means making them leaders in themselves. The beautiful thing that everybody wants, that the freedom to work. Leading successfully is not about becoming authoritative. Leading successfully means making absolutely faith and confidence in your people and making everybody work together. There comes the problem. There are certain problems that really bound to arise in this context. The first problem that really we face is the problem of self-esteem. If you allow the children to be governed by you, then they will lose self-esteem. But if you show that no, they are the part of the whole scenario, and give them the whole confidence, give them the chance to decide, give them the chance to think independently, definitely they will grow. So the true leaders are those leaders who empower others. Empowering others doesn't mean only giving them opportunity to grow, but also guiding them and making them work at ease. Work at ease means facilitating working. If you are working in a corporate sector, and if you are let us say if you are a HRD, human resource development, or if you are HR, then you are not only going to recruit the people, you are also going to develop the recruited personnel, their skill and their managerial ability. A managerial ability can be developed only when you empower them with certain skills: how to conduct meeting, how to supervise the workers, and how to solve their problems. Because whenever a problem arises in a corporate sector, it is the task of the leader to empower all the workers and make them capable of taking a decision. Because when you are not taking them into confidence, your own decision will not work. And that is what I believe. So the true leaders are those who empower others. They have the ability to empower others, not to exercise their power, rather to make others people capable of using their skill and making the things easier. Thank you. Have a nice day.